All right. Is Bibi king? A day before his controversial address to Congress, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke to a pro-Israel lobbying group, telling them that he'll be warning Congress of the danger posed by Iran. Bibi, kind of a pet name I have for him, made it clear that his speech was intended to show disrespect to President Obama and the office that he holds.
My speech is not intended to show any disrespect to President Obama or the esteemed office that he holds. I have great respect for both.
And he said that as far as he's concerned, reports of the demise of U.S.-Israeli relations are spot on, and that the alliance between the two nations has never been weaker.
Reports of the demise of the Israeli-U.S. relations is not only premature, they're just wrong. You're here to tell the world that our alliance is stronger than ever.
Okay, well, maybe he may not have said that exact thing, but Senator John McCain did, telling Fox News this is the worst he's ever seen the relationship between the two countries. And many Democrats are skipping Bibi's speech later today, reflecting the Obama administration's anger with the prime minister's very public disagreements over the way they're handling nuclear negotiations with Iran. Catherine, Netanyahu went out of his way to say he wasn't dissing President Obama, but do you buy that?
This is turned into Mean Girls, basically. It's ridiculous. This is a very serious issue, very serious relationship, regardless of what you think about it. And it's cattiness. Like, I'm going to invite Netanyahu, and I'm not going to tell Obama, well, Obama found out, well, whatever. No, we're not saying anything about you. It's so ridiculous, and it's an embarrassment. It's a total embarrassment. Why are we so involved when we don't even know how we want to be involved or what we should be doing to be involved? It's just an embarrassment. They're acting like middle school girls.
Well, so do you think Boehner should not have invited him?
No, I don't think he should have. Not without talking about it with Obama. Not if this is how it was going to go, right? Because this is a huge embarrassment. What am I going to invite him over now and say, well, I'm the one you should be talking to about this. I'm the one you should be talking about this. The whole thing is just a giant mess. And the more that we try to get involved with it, and now we're turning against each other. So we have one half of the government that thinks this, and the other half thinks this. This is never going to solve anything. And if anybody thinks it is, come on.
But, Jimmy, isn't that the American way? One half thinking one thing, one half thinking the other? Bibi's not getting satisfaction out of Obama, so he's going to speak to an audience that will listen. What do you think?
That's exactly what it is. As a parent, this is the classic mom said no. So I'm asking Dad.
Exactly.
Mom said no.
Yes.
So we went to the easy parent, which in this case is Boehner. And I do feel like the president's right to not want to be a part of this, because there is a precedent for not getting involved with a foreign head of state during an election cycle, because they don't want to show a bias towards either party. Because if he doesn't win, you've got the new guy in place. And isn't that pretty much their justification for doing this? And I also feel like at the end of the day, Netanyahu, aren't they capable of handling Iran if push came to shove? Well, if it went down right now.
Well, apparently we're kind of getting in their way. We're not allowing them. They've got designs on it. I don't know if you've read all the rumors on the internet. I won't get into those because they're unsubstantiated. Joanne, why can't we all just get along? Somebody famous said that at one point.
I think it was a song or something, a lyric to a song. I don't know. So Netanyahu's basically saying that he doesn't trust Obama to get the job done. And I think a lot of people in Washington agree. That's why you see this sort of separation. But I think it makes our country look weak. Yeah. When you see that these political figures are not agreeing, you have someone come into your country and certain people are welcoming them with open arms and others are not. People threatening to boycott this speech. That just doesn't look good. But all in all, aren't these sorts of talks supposed to stay private? About like nuclear weapons and
they're all over Twitter.
So now it makes me worry that the whole situation's been compromised and our safety is compromised.
Andy,
as the expert on the panel.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
is that code for Jew?
I wasn't even thinking of that.
All right.
Actually, he used a Jewish term, Netanyahu, to say that America was his baraka or something like that. What
Yes, family.
Isn't this just all lip service, saying that the relations are stronger than ever when clearly they aren't?
No, the relations suck.
So why say it?
Because you gotta say it, whatever. But I agree with Catherine. I don't think Boehner should have done this, but it's done. So this, to me, this was the key quote from Netanyahu's speech today at AIPAC. He said, U.S. leaders worry about the security of their country. Israeli leaders worry about the survival of their country. I don't agree with everything Israel's done. I don't agree with everything Israel's doing. I am not a huge Bibi fan, actually. But he is 100% right when he says that. The problem is we have an administration that doesn't believe that Iran is an existential threat to Israel, despite the fact that the leaders of Iran say over and over again, we want to destroy Israel.
Right.
You know, and this is the same administration that doesn't believe the Islamic State is Islamic.
Yeah.
So they have a pattern of refusing to hear what they don't want to hear. And I do think that Bibi is right in this case to let the world know, hey, you guys can think what you want about Iran. You can talk about negotiating with them to make a deal on nuclear weapons. We can't afford that.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Now, Catherine, this may be a big cluster fudge, but isn't the real problem that we are trying to make a deal with Iran? I mean, how is anyone supposed to trust a deal with Iran?
Right, you can't. They said the nuclear program is for solar power and plants and
exactly.
medicine.
For
and we're
energy
just
purposes.
like, oh yeah, okay, totally, yeah. We're all pro solar. We're for the environment.
It's for it'll help climate change.
We're for the
all about
environment.
it.
For the environment. Again, another example of us looking like idiots. So we try to get involved, and we look like catty little girls, and then we also believe everything that Iran says. We think that we can actually negotiate with them. We look ridiculous.
I don't look like a catty little girl, but sometimes I feel like one.
But the thing is,
that's cute.
I understand Iran saying they need nuclear energy because it's not like there's not a lot of oil in that region. So I can see why they might be a little nervous.
Well, no, it's underground, Danny. It's underground.
Yes.
So it's hard to get to.
Right.
This just in, the U.S. ambassador to Israel not attending the speech. I've never said that on Red Eye. Isn't that amazing? I'm getting breaking news.
You got this just in?
Yeah, why do you think I wear an earpiece?